Let me tell you about my neighbor, Mr. Walter, 70 years old, who passed away in his sleep just last night. His family was completely shocked. The day before, he was still walking around the neighborhood, chatting and laughing with everyone, enjoying dinner happily with his family. No warning signs, no serious illness. It was just an ordinary evening like any other. But the next morning, he never woke up again. Not just Mr. Walter. I also know many other stories about older adults who suddenly had a stroke or passed away while sleeping. And I will share them with you in this video so that you understand. There is a sad truth. For older people, some small bedtime habits can silently push their health into danger, significantly increasing the risk of stroke, heart attack, and sudden heart failure. Even worse, most of us don't realize that these seemingly harmless habits quietly wear down health every night. In this video, we will explore the 6 most common dangerous habits that seniors need to avoid before bedtime through 6 real and honest stories that happened. You may have been doing small, everyday habits for years without realizing the hidden risks behind them. Some things will surprise you, and some things will make you ask yourself, why didn't I change earlier? And believe me, the last habit on this list is something that almost every older adult unknowingly falls into, doubling their risk of dangerous complications during the night. Stay with me until the end of the video. You will not only recognize the habits you need to avoid, but also learn how to adjust them to protect your sleep, heart, and longevity. If you love your elderly loved ones, or you are entering this stage of life, don't miss the important information coming up. And don't forget, if you find this video helpful, please click like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for your safety and health and those you love. Now, let's begin. Habit number 1, drinking alcohol or alcoholic beverages in the evening. A glass of wine, a bottle of beer, or a sip of whiskey before bed is a safe way to relax after turning 70. Some people even believe that alcohol helps them fall asleep more easily. But the truth is that alcohol is one of the silent culprits that disrupt sleep and cause serious risks for older people. Let me tell you the story of my neighbor, Mr. Walter, who lives nearby and is 70 years old. It was his birthday that day. Friends gathered in large numbers, and as usual, he raised his glass many times to celebrate the new age. The party lasted late into the night. Mr. Walter went home and fell asleep in a slightly intoxicated state. No one expected that it would be his last night. The next morning, his family found that he had passed away in his sleep. The cause was sleep apnea caused by the effects of alcohol, leading to severe oxygen deficiency, acute heart failure, and sudden death. Just one joyful evening, just a few seemingly harmless drinks, in exchange for a permanent departure. The truth is that when you are over 70, your body no longer processes alcohol the way it did when you were younger. The liver enzymes that break down alcohol slow down. Blood alcohol levels rise faster and stay elevated longer. This not only makes you feel intoxicated more easily, but also profoundly affects your natural sleep cycle. At first, alcohol may help you feel sleepy faster, but after a few hours, the stimulating effects of alcohol start to appear, causing you to wake up in the middle of the night, experience shallow sleep, restlessness, and difficulty falling back asleep. Not only that, alcohol relaxes the throat muscles, making the airway more prone to obstruction. If you already have a habit of snoring, Drinking alcohol in the evening will worsen this condition. Worse, it can cause sleep apnea. Your breathing repeatedly stops and restarts throughout the night. Each episode of apnea forces your heart to work harder to pump blood, causing dangerous fluctuations in blood pressure, blood oxygen levels, and heart rate. Over time, these repeated episodes of oxygen deprivation increase the risk of stroke, heart failure, and even sudden death during sleep. Even a small amount of alcohol in the evening can be enough to trigger this dangerous chain reaction, especially in older adults who already have cardiovascular disease or high blood pressure. In addition, alcohol also increases the risk of falling at night due to loss of balance, dehydration due to its diuretic effect, reduced deep sleep quality, preventing the body from fully recovering each night. Sadly, many people do not realize this connection until it is too late. A glass of wine at dinner? It may be fine. But a glass of whiskey or a few cans of beer right before bed? After 70, that is no longer a harmless habit. So what should you do? If you still want to enjoy alcohol, limit your intake. One small drink is for women, and a maximum of 2 small drinks is for men. And do not drink within 4 to 5 hours before bedtime. If you need evening relaxation, choose other ways. A cup of caffeine-free herbal tea, a few pages of a light book, or a few minutes of silent meditation. If you snore loudly, frequently wake up at night, or feel tired during the day, consult your doctor to screen for the risk of sleep apnea. Remember, after 70, sleep is not just a part of your lifestyle. It is an essential part of survival. Every small decision before bed, including whether to drink alcohol, can make a massive difference to your health. You have come a long way to reach these precious years. Don't let an unintentional habit shorten that journey. If you are still following along, please comment on number 1 below to let me know you are still here with me. And don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the upcoming useful sharings about health and life in old age. Let's continue with the next habit that many people unknowingly fall into every night. Habit number 2, going to bed with a tense or anxious mind. Have you ever carried the worries and troubles of the day into bed with you? After the age of 70, going to bed in a state of tension is no longer just about insomnia. It can lead to dire health consequences. Let me tell you the story of Mrs. Helen, 74 years old. She lived alone after her husband passed away and often struggled with concerns about finances, health, and loneliness. One day, after battling complicated insurance paperwork all day, she went to bed with a mind full of anxiety. In the middle of the night, she woke up with chest pain and difficulty breathing. Her neighbor rushed her to the emergency room, and the doctor diagnosed her with unstable angina, a warning sign of a heart attack. She was fortunate to be saved, but that incident is a wake-up call for all of us. Going to bed stressed can send the body into a state of alarm all night long, and the price to pay is sometimes life itself. Why is it so dangerous? Emotional stress triggers a series of robust physiological responses in the body. The adrenal glands release cortisol, the fight-or-flight hormone. Cortisol raises heart rate, spikes blood pressure, and causes blood vessels to constrict in preparation for an emergency. Muscles, including the heart muscle, remain tightly contracted without relaxation. The brain shifts into a high alert mode, preventing the body from entering deep sleep, the stage crucial for recovery. In older adults, these changes are not adjusted as quickly as in younger individuals. Prolonged elevated blood pressure during the night can cause small blood vessels to rupture, arrhythmias, or even acute heart failure. You may notice early signs such as a pounding heartbeat when lying down, shallow breathing, a feeling of suffocation when preparing to sleep, restlessness, unable to relax even when exhausted, waking up multiple times during the night with a racing heart or mild chest discomfort. If this habit continues, the consequences can be severe. Increased risk of nighttime heart attacks, when the body cannot lower heart rate and blood pressure. Chronic cardiovascular damage due to repeated micro-injuries. Chronic insomnia leads to weakened immunity, depression, and a higher risk of dementia. Drastically reduced quality of life, daytime fatigue, mental decline, loss of joy in living. So how can you protect yourself? The solution is not simply to relax. You need to build a safe corridor for your mind before going to sleep. Stop stressful tasks at least 2 hours before bedtime. Do not deal with financial documents, argue, or read negative news in the evening. Practice relaxation habits. Take a warm bath. Listen to soft music, guided sleep meditation, or read uplifting books. Try deep breathing techniques. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. Write down the things that worry you and leave them on the table. The brain will find it easier to store away worries once they are written down. Keep the sleeping environment quiet, dark, and cool, creating natural conditions for deep sleep. If prolonged stress does not improve, consider seeking help from a psychologist or health counselor. Remember, going to bed with a peaceful mind is the greatest gift you can give your heart and brain. Do not carry life's burdens into your sleep. Let your body rest, recover, and extend the peaceful years ahead. If you find this information helpful, please comment the number 2 below to let me know you are still with me. And don't forget to hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next sharings to help you take better care of your health every day. Habit number 3, sleeping in the wrong position. Have you ever thought that the way you sleep could affect the health of your heart and lungs? For many people, as long as it feels comfortable, that is considered the right position. But after the age of 70, things are no longer that simple. Let me tell you the story of Mr. Robert, 76 years old. He had the habit of sleeping on his back his whole life. His wife began to notice unusual things. Times when he stopped breathing for a few seconds during the night and then gasped for air. At first, they thought it was just aging. But then Mr. Robert woke up with headaches, dizziness, and increasing fatigue. Finally, after seeing a doctor, he discovered that his back sleeping position had caused sleep apnea, putting heavy pressure on his heart every night without him knowing it. So why is sleeping position so important? When you sleep in the wrong position, especially on your back, gravity pulls the tongue and soft tissues in the throat backward, partially blocking the airway. This obstructs airflow, reduces the amount of oxygen in the blood, and forces the heart to work harder to pump blood throughout the body. If this condition repeats night after night, it increases the risk of obstructive sleep apnea, interrupted breathing, leading to a high risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and stroke. Increased pressure on the heart and lungs, making oxygen CO2 exchange less efficient. fluid buildup in the lungs, worsening congestive heart failure, brain damage due to continuous oxygen deprivation during sleep. Even if you do not have sleep apnea, sleeping in the wrong position still causes harm. Sleeping on the right side adds extra pressure on the heart, impairs blood circulation, and is particularly dangerous for those with a history of heart disease. Sleeping on the stomach twists the cervical spine, negatively affecting nerves and blood circulation. Sleeping in any position that causes prolonged numbness in arms or legs is a sign of impaired circulation. So, what is the best sleeping position after the age of 70? Experts recommend sleeping on the left side, which is the optimal choice. Helps improve blood circulation from the heart. Reduces the risk of acid reflux, minimizing nighttime heartburn. Helps the lungs work better and reduces pressure on the spine. If you find it hard to maintain a side sleeping position, try using a body pillow to prevent rolling back onto your back. Placing a pillow between your knees to keep your spine straight and reduce pressure on your hips and lower back. Slightly elevate your bed's head or use specialized pillows to support better breathing. Remember, a slight adjustment in your sleeping position can make a massive difference in your heart health, lung function, and sleep quality. Do not underestimate the importance of the position you choose each night. If you find this information helpful, please comment the number 3 below to let me know you are still here with me. Don't forget to hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss important upcoming sharings that will help you live a healthier life every day. Habit number 4, eating dinner too late and too heavily. Do you still have the habit of eating dinner late and sometimes eating a lot to make up for a busy day? You're not alone. Many people, after the age of 70, still maintain that habit, not realizing that they are unknowingly putting their bodies in danger every night. You might think, I've been eating late my whole life, and it's been fine. But the truth is, your body is no longer the same as it was when you were 40 or 50 years old. I want to tell you the story of Mrs. Carroll, 72 years old. She lived with her son's family in the suburbs. Wanting every dinner to be a whole family gathering, she always waited for her son to come home from work and her grandchildren to come back from school before they sat down to eat together. The family often gathered around the dinner table close to 9 p.m. At first, she only felt a little bloated and mildly uncomfortable. But then, she started waking up in the middle of the night with a burning sensation in her chest, bouts of dry coughing, an unusually rapid heartbeat. One night, she woke up gasping for air, having to sit up, panting, coughing, and crying. Her son took her to the doctor. The diagnosis showed she had severe gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, combined with nighttime hypertension, all stemming from eating dinner too late and too heavily. The doctor advised her to eat dinner earlier, choose light, easily digestible foods, and avoid lying down immediately after eating. Mrs. Carroll changed her habits, and her health improved significantly after just a few weeks. What happens when you eat a big meal and go to bed right after? When you were younger, your metabolism was faster and digestion was easier. But after 70, every natural process slows down. The digestive system takes longer to process food. The stomach produces less digestive juices. The muscles controlling the esophagus and stomach weaken. This means that food stays in the stomach longer, putting pressure on the lower esophageal sphincter and making acid more likely to reflux into the throat. You may experience symptoms such as heartburn, discomfort when lying down, unusually rapid heartbeat, waking up with a choking sensation, or coughing. Over time, this condition can lead to chronic gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, tissue damage in the esophagus due to acid erosion, aspiration pneumonia, a dangerous condition that can be fatal if food or digestive fluids enter the lungs. Not only that, eating too late affects the entire body. Impacts on sleep. When the body is busy digesting, it cannot fully focus on recovery and deep rest. You'll experience light, fragmented sleep, waking up often, leading to exhaustion the next morning. Increases cardiovascular risk. A heavy meal increases blood flow to the digestive system, forcing the heart to work harder when it should be resting. Many studies have shown that eating late and heavily raises the risk of nighttime heart attacks and strokes. Disrupts blood sugar balance. If you are at risk for or already have diabetes, late dinners can disrupt overnight glucose control, leading to high morning blood sugar levels and worsening metabolic conditions. Increases dementia risk. Prolonged poor quality sleep affects brain function, raising the risk of cognitive decline in older people. So what should you do to protect yourself? Eat dinner early. Finish your main meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. For example, if you go to bed at 10 p.m., have dinner before 7 p.m. Eat light if needed. If you feel hungry before bed, choose light, easy to digest options like a small handful of almonds or walnuts. A piece of low-sugar fruit like an apple or pear. A warm herbal tea like chamomile helps relax without stimulating the digestive system. Avoid heavy foods. Avoid greasy dishes, red meat, fried foods, or heavy spices at dinner. Stay upright after eating. After dinner, take a light walk for 5 to 10 minutes, or sit and rest on a chair rather than lying down immediately. Sleep with your head elevated. If you are prone to acid reflux, elevate the head of your bed about 4 to 6 inches to reduce the risk of acid backflow during sleep. Remember, a small change in eating habits can make a huge difference in cardiovascular health, digestion, and sleep quality. It's never too late to take proper care of your body. I am genuinely grateful if you're still following along here. Please comment with the number 4 below to let me know you're still with me. That not only helps me connect with you, but it also helps YouTube recognize that this video is valuable, allowing it to reach more elderly people who also need this useful information. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please click the subscribe button today and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos. Thank you for staying with me. And now, let's continue with the following 2 habits. Habit 05. Sleeping in a room that is too hot. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, feeling hot, drenched in sweat, and with a racing heart? This is not just a simple discomfort if you are over 70 years old. Sleeping in a room that is too hot can silently cause severe dangers to cardiovascular and respiratory health, and even increase the risk of stroke without you realizing it. Many elderly people make this common mistake. They turn up the heater and pile on thick blankets because they fear the cold, believing it will help them sleep better. But the truth is quite the opposite. Let me tell you the story of Mr. Frank, 74 years old. Mr. Frank lived with his wife in a cold region. During the winter, he was used to keeping his bedroom at 75 degrees Fahrenheit, around 24 degrees Celsius. and covering himself with 2 to 3 layers of thick blankets to feel warm. In the evenings, he often read books in bed until late at night while the room remained hot. At first, he only found it a little difficult to fall asleep, but after a few months, he frequently woke up in the middle of the night, tossing and turning, sweating, his heart racing, and feeling exhausted in the mornings. At first, he thought it was just due to aging, but after waking up dizzy and fainting one night, he finally went to see a doctor. The results showed he was experiencing nighttime dehydration combined with sudden spikes in blood pressure during sleep, all caused by the bedroom being too hot. Mr. Frank had no idea that such a small habit, sleeping in a room that was too warm, could silently erode his health like that. So why is sleeping in a room that is too hot so dangerous? As we age, the body's ability to regulate temperature declines significantly. Young bodies easily adjust by sweating or dilating blood vessels to release heat. However, these responses weaken in the elderly. Sweat glands function less effectively, and blood vessels do not dilate as quickly. As a result, the body's core temperature can rise excessively. The heart has to work harder to try to cool the body. Blood pressure fluctuates abnormally throughout the night. This increase in strain on the heart and blood vessels is hazardous. It can cause arrhythmias, blood clots, and even stroke or heart attack, especially in elderly individuals who already have underlying heart conditions. Even more dangerously, sleeping in a hot room causes mild overnight dehydration without you noticing. Dehydration thickens the blood, increases the risk of clot formation, and makes it harder for the already weakened heart to pump blood. Another often overlooked factor is sleep quality. When sleeping in an overly warm environment, the body struggles to lower its core temperature, a crucial step for entering deep sleep. The result is shallow sleep, frequent awakenings, and continuous sleep interruptions. Losing deep sleep leaves you tired during the day, impairs memory, weakens the immune system, and accelerates the natural aging process. Sleeping well is not just about feeling refreshed. It's about properly restoring the heart, brain, and entire body. A hot sleeping environment quietly robs you of that chance every night. So, how can you improve? Sleep experts recommend keep your bedroom temperature between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Use multiple light layers of blankets instead of one heavy blanket. Wear thin, breathable sleepwear made from cotton or moisture-wicking fabric. Open a window or use a small fan to circulate air. If you feel cold, use a small hot water bottle to warm your bed before sleeping, rather than heating the entire room. A small but important note: don't rely solely on the feeling of warmth when you first get into bed. Your body needs to stay cool throughout the night, not just during the initial moments when you feel sleepy. Remember, just a small adjustment in room temperature can help you sleep deeper, reduce the burden on your heart, prevent dehydration, and strongly support your overall health. If you have ever woken up sweating and tired at night, check your bedroom temperature tonight. A cool sleeping environment is a quiet but priceless gift you can give yourself every night. Habit Show 6. Drinking too much water before bed. Are you drinking a large glass of water, tea, or fruit juice right before bedtime, thinking it's good for your health? If your answer is yes, and you are over 70, then it's time to be more cautious. Many people believe that drinking plenty of water is always good. That's true, during the day. But drinking too much water in the evening can silently cause harm, especially as your body begins entering the natural aging process. I am reminded of Mrs. Doris, 73 years old, a typical case. Mrs. Doris used to drink 2 large glasses of water after dinner because she was afraid of dehydration. She thought that staying hydrated would keep her skin beautiful and her body healthy. But after just a few months, she began having trouble sleeping. Each night, she had to wake up 2 to 3 times to use the bathroom. One night, rushing out of bed, she became dizzy, fell, and fractured her hip. After that incident, she realized that a harmless habit could completely change her quality of life. So, why is drinking too much water at night dangerous in old age? As we age, the bladder and urinary system no longer function as efficiently as before. The bladder muscles weaken, its capacity decreases, while the kidneys continue filtering fluid steadily, even at night. This makes seniors more sensitive to fluid volume, and even a small amount of extra water can trigger the need to urinate. When you drink too much water close to bedtime, you are almost sure to wake up at night to go to the bathroom. Waking up suddenly disrupts the deep sleep cycle. More dangerously, getting up too quickly while still groggy can cause orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure upon standing. Orthostatic hypotension can lead to dizziness, lightheadedness, and fainting, and is a leading cause of nighttime falls in older people. A fall at an older age is not just a simple bruise. It can cause fractures, brain injuries, and, in many cases, incomplete recovery. Additionally, waking up multiple times at night causes other serious consequences. Each time you wake up, turn on the light, and move around, your brain is tricked into thinking it's morning. This disrupts melatonin production, the hormone responsible for deep sleep. Over time, you will experience lighter, more fragmented sleep. Your immune system weakens. Nighttime blood pressure rises. The risk of cognitive decline and memory loss increases significantly. Studies show that older adults who frequently urinate at night have a 30 to 40% higher risk of developing dementia compared to those who sleep uninterrupted. So what's the solution? Staying hydrated is necessary, but the timing must be adjusted. Drink most water daily, especially from morning to early afternoon. Gradually reduce water intake after 5 to 6 p.m. If you feel thirsty late at night, only take small sips. Avoid drinking a large glass close to bedtime. Also note, foods with high water content, like soups, watermelon, and citrus fruits, should also be limited in the evening. Avoid beverages containing caffeine, like coffee and strong tea, after 3 to 4 p.m., as caffeine has a strong diuretic effect. A small tip: set a reminder to finish drinking water about 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. Observe the color of your urine during the day. Pale yellow is ideal. You may be drinking too much if it's as clear as water. Remember, a small habit, like adjusting your water intake timing, can protect you from significant risks. Better sleep, reduced risk of falls, maintaining mental sharpness, and long-term cardiovascular health. And if you ever thought, the more water, the better, then remember, after age 70, being smart about how you drink is more important than simply drinking a lot. We have just explored 6 bedtime habits that seem harmless, but silently threaten the health of people over 70. Drinking alcohol in the evening, going to bed with a tense mind, sleeping in the wrong position, eating dinner too late and too heavily. sleeping in a room that is too hot, and drinking too much water before bed. Each of these habits directly affects heart rate, blood pressure, deep sleep, and the body's recovery ability during sleep. A time when you are completely unconscious and unable to protect yourself. The most dangerous part is that when you are asleep, you cannot control abnormal physiological reactions like sleep apnea, blood pressure drops, arrhythmias, or sudden dehydration. If not prevented early, it may be too late to reverse by the time you realize it. And please remember, this is not just a lesson for seniors. If you are a child, caregiver, or loved one of a senior, these small habits are also the key to helping you protect your health and extend the precious years together. Do not be complacent. Do not wait until an incident happens. Just one minor adjustment starting tonight can save a life. Therefore, I challenge you. Choose at least one habit you will change tonight. It could be eating dinner earlier, lowering your bedroom temperature, or placing a body pillow to adjust your sleeping posture. Even the slightest change, start now, for your health, safety, and love for yourself and your loved ones. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like to show your support, share it with your loved ones, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss other vital videos. And I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. Which of these habits do you realize is affecting your life or the life of your loved one? We learn from the most sincere sharings. Thank you for taking the time to listen. And see you again in the next profound sharings.